Let's get ready to rumble!
Things that turn our listeners on. Soggy roast beef. Oh!
And we're back.
And we're laughing at fucking Bruce Buffer over there.
We may have just blown your eardrums. I'm sorry about that.
Oh my god, and your mind.
Yeah. With
Well,
the knowledge we
hopefully-
possess.
Hopefully this episode will get the cogs churning.
Yeah. Get the mind blowing.
Churning. They need oiling up.
Good.
D-Doyle.
D-dial.
Hey, it's 2022.
Do you want to bring us in?
Officially.
Do you want to bring us in with what we're doing this week?
I
Dan?
can do. It is conspiracy theories. I'm tripping over my words already.
I have a conspiracy theory that you're not an actual human.
I'm a malfunctioning freak.
All right then.
How was our New Year's Eve parties, lads?
Oh, tons of bitch slap. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
loads.
It was
They all
class.
came round mine.
There was no fucking bitch slap.
Absolute slappage on me.
It took Dan an hour to take his top off, and we all got there at 7.
Our number one fan dug us out the shit. Because of this man.
He did. He put on a cracking
He
night.
did, he put on a cracker.
Listen, I'm
Cracker.
moving house Friday. We can have a massive housewarming party.
It's
I
a
won't-
week too late.
I won't have furniture, so it's bring your own booze and chairs. But it'll be banging.
I've got my lap. You can sit on that.
Can I just?
Why-
I want to make.
why are you?
I want to make everyone aware that I've been horrifically abused before we started doing this because these two men are going to Krakow, and it's not that
Us three men.
It's
Us
not that
three
I
men.
don't want to go. It's just I'm struggling financially. I bought a lot of gifts at Christmas.
And we have offered to take the man with us.
Yes.
We'll set up
But-
a Patreon. You can donate.
Set up a Patreon. Or if you want it, tell us in the comments. I will happily start an OnlyFans because at this point I've got no shame.
Yeah. Conspiracy theories.
If you want to see Dan's ass and let him have a good time abroad.
Speaking of my ass, it's conspiracy theory week, and
You got conspiracy theories
What
at
was
your
that
ass?
that's a segue now. I'm getting better. I think. I'm getting better. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I got up out of bed at around 4.
4?
4 in the afternoon.
I messaged you really early this morning.
Yeah, I
You
woke up
replied.
really early, but
Oh,
I didn't
right.
get out of bed.
Oh my word.
And I was like, I need to stream. And in my head, I was like, I'll stream finding conspiracy theories, which I thought would be a good idea. It was, because there was loads of viewers came by.
Just before we start the conspiracies, do you want to plug your Twitch?
I can. Dan Brev, all capitals. Twitch.tv/Dan Brev, all capitals. That's me.
He doesn't make you work every street.
I don't. Yeah, come on down if you want. It's alright. You don't have to.
That was one of the best plugs.
It was an alright time.
It's alright, don't mind. But what I'm saying is, I literally got all these conspiracy theories about 3 hours ago. So that if they're a bit rough,
The
Around
fresh.
Rough around the edges.
they're fresh.
Like this podcast.
They're fresh. a bit rough. A bit rough. So if some of it might be completely wrong, some of it might be just fictional information. I've been misled.
We never make up fictional things on this podcast.
That's true. Everything we
So.
say is
Never.
100%
You should
Yeah.
take it
true.
100% true with no grain of salt.
Exactly.
A man
Exactly.
pisses in a chronicle.
On a woman.
Yeah, he does. I'm telling you.
And if it's not in the film, it's a deleted scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Director's cut.
Now, I've got a fair few, right? But one I've got was also one that you got. So do you want to do the one?
I'll do that one because I
You
haven't
do
got any of
that
the
one.
backup ones apart from like a little
Um,
stupid one.
Do you want... Should we start off with both of our little daft ones?
Yeah, before we get into the serious
Do you want
ones.
to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, this bitch all the way over there in the purple North Face done absolutely no help whatsoever.
I'm here to judge.
Not found a
And
single
I've
conspiracy
also got
theory.
a full-time job.
Yeah, but you also said in the group chat, yeah, I'll find some theories.
Yeah, but then
He's done nothing.
all I could find was people disproving conspiracy theories. And I don't want that.
it's no
While
fun.
you were sat at home
The-
doing niche. I was out. I can't remember what the next line is.
It's off EastEnders, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Go
So,
on.
so,
Right, go
so
on, Bob,
the
go on.
little short joking one I've got is one that I only found out quite recently, and ever since I heard about this conspiracy, it
Can't
makes
sleep.
me fucking not sleep, but also just laugh every time I even remotely think about it. There's a conspiracy that in this country, pigeons are just cameras and spies, and the whole lockdown was just so they could charge them all up again.
I didn't know
was the one
that.
conspiracy. If I was going to bring one, that was it.
I didn't know about the lockdown thing.
Yeah.
That's why the coronavirus apparently wasn't real. It was also we can charge the secret spy pigeons because people haven't seen baby pigeons, which I have seen recently.
Have you?
So I can disprove.
Not that keeps nicking your socks.
Not that I thought this was true, but I am now very confident to say they're not spies.
I thought you were gonna say I'm a believer.
I'm on it.
Spies.
Have you seen a baby pigeon?
I saw it on TikTok.
Oh right,
I saw like a wildlife thing pop up, and I was like,
could that not just be the media controlling you?
because the government are onto us.
TikTok's Chinese.
My
Coronavirus originated in Wuhan.
Lord, man.
They trying to explain it. They're like, this is a complete hoax.
Sending messages to you.
Mixed.
For You page is full of baby pigeons.
We also want to
follow a TikTok one.
before we go any further, we don't think coronavirus is a hoax.
No,
get your boosters, kids. Get your boosters.
I've not got mine yet, but
that's
I will
why
be
he's not
getting
coming crack out because he's unvaccinated.
I'm on crack. The amount when I was streaming earlier today, and I was like, "What's your conspiracy theories?" So many were about COVID, and so many were the abbreviations of like Omicron.
B.
Omicron B was no crimbo.
Yep.
But there was Omicron mixed with something else, and it spelled out. It's Delta Omicron, and it spelled out media control.
But have you seen? I can't remember what the other anagram is, but there was somebody who was like, it also spells this, and it was like some utter shit. And they were like, so what does that mean?
I saw one about the no crimbo, and he went, you could also say crimbo on.
That's true.
It was crimbo on.
Crimbo
I
on.
don't like Boris, but he supplied a good Christmas.
You did?
So you fucking didn't. Little, you shit bags.
He still not forgot about his
I'll
turkey.
never forget.
We've lost a sponsor since then.
But we got TGIs, it's all good.
I'm pretty sure
It's a better one anyway, isn't it?
Oh my god, I wish. I'm pretty sure I saw a thing as well recently where he was like, "We'll just ride it out."
He's relaxed the
And
testing.
see what's happened.
He's absolutely riding the wave.
He's
The-
trying
the
to
wrong
relax
way.
everyone. That's
He's
what it
inside
is.
the wave.
I saw a thing, and it was an article today, I think it was on the Telegraph, and it was like, there's been no difference in testing. Like, because now it's more tested, there's been no difference in the cases. So he's been like, well, we're not fucking doing that anymore.
Do you know what I instantly think in my head when I see the whole pigeon being like spy government drones? It's the bird from Incredibles.
The parrot.
Yeah.
The parrot.
Yeah.
I instantly think that, which is also quite terrifying. That scene
is.
when it starts bloody hawking at
When it starts gawking.
Violet and
I tell you what else. Valhalla. That's a bird that he can control, and it's like a drone,
Yeah,
isn't it?
and chuck up.
yeah, in the game, yes.
Is it
Assassin's
Odyssey?
Creed.
You have an eagle.
I think so.
Yeah,
Is
chuck
that-
it
is
up.
that the
Doing
Greek
his
one?
Libby impression there.
Is that the is that the Greek one?
No, the Egyptian one. Oh yeah, the Greek one's the Odyssey.
Odyssey. Greek, Egyptian one's Origins.
That's the one.
That's the one. You have birds in both.
You
to be
do.
fair.
It's cool. It's cool.
You do. Right, am I going on my jokey one? Which I've
Is this the
told
one-
Fleming.
yeah.
I told Fleming, and I'm gonna say it. Stevie Wonder isn't blind.
I can back this.
Now, just catch your breath. Catch your breath. Take a moment.
I was doing so well until you went. I
Take-
can prove this.
I can't
take a
prove it,
moment,
but I
Quan.
can back it.
Give yourself a bit to think, because I know you're gonna try and dismantle this. But
No,
let me
no.
tell you, that man ain't blind.
Because I think I've seen a video of him doing something that a blind man couldn't do on YouTube.
Is it him catching a mic
Is it him
stand?
pleasuring
Someone
himself.
thve something and he dodges it.
Oh,
Oh,
on
I've not
stage.
seen that.
We've seen. I've seen him catch a mic.
Right, that's
Is it Paul McCartney? Knocks a
he does.
mic stand over.
He does. And I was
It's
like,
just
oh, I've heard that one, right? There was like 3 examples.
Is-
Oh no,
is-
there's 4.
Is one about a rather large man?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you don't know about this.
I've not a clue.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think this one is the most bollocks one out of probably all of the examples you've
No,
got.
it fully like is. But it started off being like a joke, and then the more I watched, I was like, I don't know, you know. But right. So obviously, there's a video of him. He's doing a gig with Paul McCartney, and Paul McCartney knocks over a mic stand, and which is also impressive. Not only does he doesn't look at the mic stand and catch it, he catches it like that, which is even if you could see, that's impressive.
The man's
like,
got impeccable peripheral vision, just no phone.
he's got the
peripheries on.
He's got the complete opposite of tunnel vision. He can just see the
Stevie
outskirts.
Wonder isn't blind. He's just got eyes on the side of his head. It's like a hammerhead shark.
That's why he wears thick glasses. It's to cover up these.
That's
bits.
the
Temple.
conspiracy theory. Stevie Wonder is a hammerhead shark.
You could
Got a
also
great voice,
say,
though.
is Stevie Wonder Daredevil? Is he a blind crime-fighting lawyer? If he's incredible with his senses.
I genuinely think I can rap. I think I can rap this.
And a really good musician on
Just
the
have
side.
this overlap.
I think. Have you got any more examples of why you might not be
Yes,
blind? Right,
I do.
crack on with those. I think I can wrap this
Right.
one up.
This one was like, this is just stupid. Someone's photographed him courtside at an NBA game, watching the game, right?
With that one.
No.
Can a man not enjoy atmosphere once in a while?
I'll just go outside.
Does he have to sit up in the fucking nosebleeds?
That was what was brilliant, right? The man who was at the video I was watching, the man on it, he was like, "Why is he sat at courtside? Stick him up in the nosebleed." So I was like, "That's so mean."
He's a multi-millionaire.
75 grand to just
Listen to.
yeah.
It's
also
squeaking on the thing.
It's also a horrible sport to just listen to.
Yeah,
Like the
it is,
fucking
it is.
banging.
And they occasionally just go, "Ah!" when they like either go up for a dunk or get fouled.
Yeah.
It's like M1. Yeah.
Stevie Wonder's like, fucking hell.
Well, you
God.
stop fouling him.
But then I was like, there's a famous blind lad that goes to
Liverpool
Anfield,
games, yeah, and his mate.
and his mate just tells him, and I was like, he's probably got a friend telling him what's going on.
Stevie Wonder must have friends. He must have many friends.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, even if he's not interested in the game, just going out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's probably
Yeah, I
like
know.
that.
He's also
I
an
know.
icon of black culture. And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
majority of the NBA are
He probably
black
ins-
players, so
he-
they're gonna love him. He might be friends with someone playing.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
he probably inspires them all.
Kobe Bean might have been there.
Rest in peace.
Mamba.
Now this part I've not heard of before. There's a famous picture of him, and I don't know if Michael Jackson was there in real life or if it was like a waxwork of Michael Jackson, right?
Okay. What?
Right.
I can't imagine where this story would
There's
go
a
where that would
picture.
make sense.
There's a picture of Stevie Wonder operating a camera, holding it up to his eyes, and taking a picture of Michael Jackson.
But have we seen the photo?
No.
Because what if it's... are you telling me, how could you not operate... If you went to Stevie Wonder, he knows where his eyes are. And
Obviously,
he
you'd
can
hope
work
so.
his hands.
Yeah.
So if you
As
went,
MJ just said,
hold this box up to your eye and click, is he incapable of doing that?
it's that as well. The fact he said a waxwork. So he's either done that with the real Michael Jackson, or he's gone to Madame Tussauds and taken a picture of a waxwork of Michael Jackson.
I think it is the real Michael Jackson. Anyway, right? Anyway,
He fucking loves Madame Tussauds.
When I
That
was-
does.
right. Behave. Come on.
Come on.
Focus
Oh
up.
God.
When I was like, I started to think real deep in this. I was like, how does he know how to operate a camera? First of all,
It's
How
not
is-
difficult.
Wait.
It's such a simple
you ain't blind.
It's such a simple task.
Yeah, but
He's got a button on
okay,
it.
fair.
With the buttons have a little ridge on them.
It's a tactile button, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
Right.
just click. What I'm saying is, what if this photo is the worst photo you've ever seen?
But the picture of him, he's lined up pretty damn good with Michael Jackson.
You can
like,
hear.
he's got.
Is
Right.
If it's a waxwork, I'll give it you because you can't hear him because it's not speaking. But if it's Michael Jackson, he can hear him.
What and be like up.
Hey,
Yeah.
Stevie. Hey, 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 hey.
If a blind person was taking a picture of you and they were aiming like too low, are you not gonna say a bit up?
Stevie.
Are you letting him take the
Stevie,
picture?
that's me crotch.
Up a bit,
Stevie.
Yes, I know.
Stevie, that's me cock.
I know.
I'm not
I
blind,
know.
mate. I'm
I'm not blind, believe me.
In fairness, who's he taking the photo for?
Well, this is another thing.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Why why is he taking a photo of Michael Jackson?
It's a good
He's never
point.
going to see the
No.
photo.
And you think that, like, between Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder, they'd find someone to take a picture of Michael Jackson.
Right. And then you could argue, well, maybe he's not taking it for himself because he won't be able to see it. Why on God's green earth would you pick a blind man to be like, can you take a picture of Michael Jackson, please?
I know.
Why? Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't Michael Jackson. It was a waxwork.
He went to Blackpool on his holidays.
Not been to Blackpool, man.
So there's a picture of him taking a picture of Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So there's actually a person there who could have taken the
Yeah.
picture.
I know it's crazy, but that's why it's so.
I'm going to try and find this and I'm going to put it in.
Yeah,
if I can
it won't
find
be hard to find. Just type in Stevie Wonder taking picture of
Okay.
Michael Jackson. It'll be there.
Waxwork.
Also,
That was the best
Also-
bit.
also, there may be. I hate to be this man, but there might be a lot of pictures that you might have to put up on screen. You know,
That's
just
okay.
for like,
I mean, I do because like
I
we're
mean, to be
talking
fair-
in blocks.
you were flying my girlfriend's head around the freaking last one.
That'll be it by now as well.
Yeah,
so
it would
hopefully
be,
went well.
And then finally, a little section to this is
This
what
a
you
big
said.
man. Yeah.
There's two. Well, the video I watched mentioned three, but the third one was an actor. And it was an actor out of Transformers. But the first two were like,
Shia LaBeouf.
jeez, no, it wasn't.
The big man.
It was like his
Was it
mate.
Optimus
It was like
Prime?
his mate.
Optimus Prime
Bumblebee.
talks about One Night Only with Stevie Wonder.
He's not blind, you know.
It was Megatron, but nah, it was Shaquille O'Neal and Lionel Richie believe this theory, like fully believe it.
Do they?
Like
Have
they
you
think.
seen? Have you seen why Shaquille O'Neal believes it?
I didn't go that deep.
Right. So I saw an into it. It was only the other day. This is why I think I can prove it because I've read the comments.
Because Shaquille only speaks the truth.
Yeah, and nothing
He
but the
does.
truth.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal lived in a building with Stevie Wonder, and he said he was in the parking garage, and there was a lift up, and he said he got in the lift, and Stevie Wonder was in the corner of the lift. I don't know whether he just goes up and down in the lift for fun, or he just recently got in, I don't know. But he said he got in, and Stevie Wonder turned to Shaq, and he was like, "Hey, Big Diesel." And he was like, "Oh, shit." But you could debunk that by the fact that I think he's maybe 300 pounds. He's
Yeah.
7 foot.
And he just got in the
Stevie
lift.
Wonder knows
Maybe
that he's
when
he lives in the building that he does.
Yeah.
He'd rock that lift.
Yeah.
I'd take my chances and go, "You're right, Big Diesel."
and it's
Big Diesel's just covered.
it's the whole thing with like when you lose one sense, your others are heightened.
And
Yeah.
So it's like
I'd imagine that Shaq's got a
a
strong
presence.
musk.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
presence
Yeah.
around him. When
He'll
Shaq's
smell
coming,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you even see him.
Yeah.
The-
But the go on.
No, I said a mental thing.
and I bet Lionel Richie doesn't like him because they were probably competing at the same time in the charts, weren't they? Richie and Wonder were
Yeah.
probably going at each other with that.
Probably, maybe. I don't know
So
why
why-
Lionel Richie thinks. Maybe he's got his own stories. I don't know.
Yeah, I would imagine he does. Because
Yeah.
I would imagine that if that video said that Shaq has, but it didn't explain it, I would imagine Lionel Richie has just as good a story.
Maybe.
But
That's an
to
incredible
debunk
start.
it, the comments all said on this video that Stevie Wonder is legally blind.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean he's
Ah.
blind.
No.
He's just legally. That's what I was trying to mouth to you before the podcast.
Oh,
that he thought I said
right.
bi.
And Johnny
I
thought
went,
he
"Legally
said bye.
blind."
I just
Johnny
saw
thought he
the
said bye.
the blur bit.
Stevie Wonder's bisexual.
I was like, what?
What?
But apparently, he can see shadows. So I'm thinking that's why.
Shadows
you can see,
in my room.
that's why you can see the mic stand falling.
Yeah.
That's why you can see
Ah.
a 7-foot Shaq enter a lift.
Into a lift.
Right.
Is
I
it
see.
something like 60% vision you have to be legally blind?
Yeah, I think so.
Something quite high, not high, but like,
And if you were that good a musician and you were blind, I'd market the shit out of it. I'd say, yeah, I can't see fuck all.
yeah. I mean, even if he's not fully,
Yeah.
if he's not fully sighted and he plays the piano like he does,
I
Yeah.
still don't
Still pretty
think, I
sick.
still don't think an NBA game would be entertained if all you could see was shadows, because that isn't. It's not going to work, is
I
it?
know.
I mean,
Have you ever seen the film Ray, where Jamie Foxx plays Ray Charles?
no, but I've heard it's good.
It's a banging film, but in that,
didn't
it
he present Robot Wars?
Had a banging year,
I
Jimmy
don't even know
Fox.
what his name is. Not Jamie Foxx, Ray Charles. There's somebody whoever presents Robot Wars.
It's
Not
definitely
Ray Charles.
not Ray Charles. I can tell you right now, Ray Charles has never hosted
I know.
Robot Wars.
It's funnier because I know who you mean.
Yeah.
I think
He was
I
in
do.
Coronation
He does.
Street.
Yeah.
He was also in what's that comedy he was in?
Oh, Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf.
I know what you mean.
Ray
It's not Ray,
Ray
Charles.
Charles presented Robot Wars.
That's a title.
incredible.
That's a short. That's a title.
I'm gonna find who this is.
Craig.
David.
Craig David.
It's not Craig.
I know it's not. But
I'm pretty sure it's like Craig.
Is it
Is it Craig,
Craig
Charles?
It's Craig
Craig
Charles.
Oh, Craig Charles. Okay.
It's
Ray Charles,
understandable.
Ray Charles.
Yeah.
They sound the same.
Yeah. Craig
Anyway,
David.
in that film,
Craig David and Ray Charles on the decks on Robot Wars.
Did he
Oh.
host Robot Wars?
Oh my god. How has that happened?
Oh my God.
No, in the film, they do a really good way at portraying how blind people use like sounds and vibrations. So, like, you know, just how to get around.
Echolocation.
Yeah. Like, Ray Charles wore these like specific shoes that made a really, really loud noise on the floor. So he could,
Like tap shoes.
yeah. So he could like use the
Tap
sound.
around.
So he could like use the sound. Oh, here comes Ray.
He's in stilettos. You can't tell.
Ray Charles
I
was-
use my watch.
Ray Charles was fabulous before.
Ray Charles.
No,
and
it's,
stilettos
I suppose
presented Robot
it's like man sound like a dolphin trying to echolocate it, basically. But I
Like a
think that's what
bat.
he used the sound and ricocheted it off the walls to see where he was going. That's all I'm
I-
saying.
Oh my god.
I don't know whether it could be true, but I'm almost certain that blind people don't have the ability to echolocate.
No, I don't think if
no,
you go
but I'm just saying
blind.
it's a similar thing.
I know I said echolocate, but it wasn't.
You
a joke.
can't say anything because this man
That was
just
a-
said
it
Ray
was- that
Charles
was a joke.
hosted.
I knew he
Robot.
didn't, but
You
we're
also
fine.
said that it was similar, and I don't think improved hearing is similar to echolocating.
I know, you know what I mean. He was clickety click click clacking down the hallway, and he knew where he was going because of the clicks and the clacks. Right, moving on. Right.
Yes.
We mentioned during that about a young man named Paul McCartney, right?
Paul McCartney.
And this man over here has a conspiracy.
It's actually quite a cool one. It's something that like
It's a popular one as well. I think
it is, and like it made me think more about when I've seen him because he did the Jubilee dance. You smile then. It's the when I see him day to day life in Wigan. The
because
See
I
him
know
in
what
Penn
the
Baker.
theory is, and you say now that I look at him, I'm like,
it makes me.
what are you talking about?
It is. Oh, I've got another one actually. Let's come to another. Right,
Okay.
so it's similar to this one, but so the conspiracy is that the Beatles in the '60s had a massive argument at the studio. Paul McCartney walks out. These are the three Beatles in the studio. As he walks out, he gets, I think, either hit by a car or decapitated.
By what?
Okay.
The second time.
By a car?
What is
Yeah,
he?
he's
Is
either
he
in
2
the
inches tall? Is he a bobblehead?
No, he's sorry.
Is he a micro fucking
He's
star?
either-
He was a Beatle.
He either gets hit by the car or he's in the car and he crashes and gets
Right.
decapitated
I
in the
read
crash.
it was a car crash.
The car, right? So yeah,
Right.
so that's that
I mean,
one.
that could be either because a car could have crashed into him, or
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
True.
either way, his head's coming off.
and
He's-
this
he's
this
dead.
was like this is not in the late '60s.
I think it's 66. I found.
66. There's also a
Yeah, England won the World Cup. Big up.
beautiful
It's
year.
all because Paul died.
Great year.
Big up Paul.
You've got to sacrifice a man once in a while.
There's a song as well where apparently in the background you can hear I think George Harrison say, "Paul's dead." I saw that. There's like if you slow it down, it says Paul's. It might just be something else, but that's the other one.
There's a few
go
of
on.
them.
Yeah.
Just to butt in really quickly. This reminds me of what you were saying about Omicron before, and they were like, why would these people, if it was a conspiracy and people were like really like doing
Trying to keep
this
it
thing,
under.
yeah, why would you have the insatiable desire to make anagrams out of it? Why would you just be like, fuck it? Why would you get, if Paul McCartney was really dead, why would you whisper in the background of saying, Paul's dead?
He's
You're like,
leaving breadcrumbs.
Shut
Here's
the
the
fuck
thing.
up, George.
Here's the thing, right? I feel like if like a massive weird rumor was going on, like say you were famous, but then you looked at the
What do you
news
mean?
one day.
I'm a third of the Provocative podcast hosting.
Say you were actually famous, right? And you woke up one day, looked at your phone, and you saw news reports saying you're dead, or you've died and you're a clone, or you're a vampire, something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Would you not like play up to it? Because I would.
What, like just like appear in different?
Yeah.
Like, in
Yeah.
when he's performing, just
maybe in
Still
this,
about
maybe
it.
in that scenario, I would, but if I'd just created a global pandemic, I don't think it'd be pissing about with anagrams.
Well, no, not that. But like
that spelled no crimbo.
because the
Of all the things you could put as one.
because the Beatles were quite like daft and
Yeah.
a bit silly.
And
And I
yeah,
feel
that's
like
what
if
people
they're
like
like, hey,
some of
Paul,
that.
Tripping on
Hey,
acid
Paul.
constantly.
Paul, everyone thinks you're dead like that. It was like, should we just play to it
Yeah.
just for a laugh?
Just keep it going.
Was
Yeah.
this a theory that was going around then though, or has that been is this recently?
I think about 10 years later, I
Right.
think people started looking back on old footage and
Yeah.
like that. That doesn't look like Paul.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound like Paul.
Anyway,
Paul's being weird.
I interrupted you as well, so crack
yeah,
on
go
with
on.
it.
No, yeah. So that happened in so it happened in the 60s.
George Harrison said he's dead.
Yeah, in that song. Obviously, he's still performing now. He was still on tour in 2019 for Omicron B.
No crimbo.
No crimbo.
What is it?
It's hard to look back at the old footage because it is in the 60s. It's not that crisp. There's a documentary that's come on Disney Plus which made me quite good. I need to watch that.
Yeah, it is good. Get back.
Yes, get
It's
back.
really good. Yeah.
It's hard to compare that to how he looks now.
What
And,
is
like,
it?
that's Paul.
Yeah,
Do you said you don't think looking at him now that it's him?
it's the same Paul.
I think it is. I
you
think
think
it
it
is.
is?
Oh, you think
I
it
think
is?
the fact that they got a lookalike who looks so much like him to that degree.
Oh, all right.
You can
yeah,
get a
yeah,
lookalike, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah.
When you look at him when he's old,
He also-
he still looks like.
Unless he's lip syncing, he's released more songs,
Oh,
so they've
yeah.
got a lookalike who's also very talented.
Yeah, who can perform world
Sounds like him,
tours
yeah.
and finish off with that.
I found out part of this theory, right? It's just like you said. His like doppelganger that they found in was also extremely talented, to the degree that his doppelganger wrote "Hey Jude" and "Let It Be,"
Which is like.
which is a bit mental.
It's a coincidence,
It's
isn't it?
also like at that point, who gives a shit that it's not Paul McCartney anymore?
If he's that
I know,
talented
yeah.
still, it's like.
You'd just be like, Paul McCartney's dead, but we've got this guy.
He's also.
His name's Walt Frazier. He plays point guard for the Knicks, and that's the only name I could
Why
think
do you
of.
have to bring
I
it
don't
back
know.
to NBA every
That's the
single
only
time?
name I could think of. but he's got a cracking voice, and he looks just like Paul.
Just carry it on.
Yeah, he got decapitated. We'll gloss over it. It's fine.
There's another one. I'll get this one out of the way now because it's the same thing. But there's the same thing about Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, I've heard the other one.
Yeah,
I
that
saw this,
she
yeah.
died because she does look different. As people grow up,
She
don't they,
could
and
very-
look different.
She could very well be Gwen Stefani, and I wouldn't know the difference anyway. I can't tell.
Well,
those two
actually,
apart.
I read that she's apparently a clone, or they got a clone of her, and they said they used a celebrity, and they said the name. I can't remember what the name was, and it is like a different celebrity who looks spits of Avril
Yeah.
Lavigne.
Yeah.
And then I recently saw a TikTok of Avril Lavigne like late last year. She has not changed at all.
I think
No, she
with,
still looks similar,
the
doesn't
exact
she?
same.
I think with recent ones like that, when people change how they look, if you look at Cher now, I mean Cher's not a brilliant example, but she's had a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne could have just had plastic surgery and looks a little bit different. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. And even with the Cher one, you still know it's Cher.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
still looks like Cher, doesn't she?
Yeah.
It's,
And I'm sure Avril Lavigne still looks like Avril Lavigne. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She
yeah.
looks a little
Well,
bit different.
I'll put like a 2004 picture of her in,
Yeah.
and then like, because she's released a single this year or last year.
I think so. Yeah. she
So I'll
did.
do that one. While we're on doppelgangers, the last thing I'll put on this one, a really cool story about it's my uncle.
Is it Dan and the Beast?
It's Dan and the Beast.
The doppelgangers.
Dan beat a group of 4 people on the chase, disguised as the Beast.
That isn't even a released clip, I don't think,
No.
is it?
Well, there's a teaser in episode 2 where it just comes up in between me and you.
Go on, sorry. You and your uncle.
My uncle used to look at the airport and he used to do the groundwork, with planes. He just like detach them and do all the signalling. Once this plane comes in from LA, and Michael Jackson was on it. Now, Michael Jackson gets off and goes. All the press follow him, and he fucks off.
Oh,
My
I
uncle-
know what this is going to be.
I think I might have told you this before.
I don't even know, but I know it's going to be.
It's yeah. So my uncle always went on to talk to the pilots and tell them that everything's docked, everything's fine. And as he got on, Michael Jackson was still sat down, and my mum was like, "What did you say to him?" And this is brilliant. My uncle went, "All right."
What's his name?
All right,
Who was it?
John.
Hey, John. Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. It was a good flight.
It's such a sick story, but it also proves like they had like lookalikes doing the press.
But
and stuff.
it's also one of those as well. To be fair to your uncle, what would you say to Michael Jackson?
You have like nothing to
Yeah.
talk about with him
You
because
could
he's
just turn around.
How's
what?
how's the nose?
My uncle went.
You're the hee guy.
He'd be like,
He did the groin. He did the groin thing to him.
He just moonwalked off the plane. You're like, do you fancy a job as a doppelganger, John? You've got a cracking impression there.
What I've seen actually, I wear a sparkly glove to work.
I was gonna say, do you just have a suitcase full of sparkly gloves? And it's on this plane right now. This is tangent central, right? But you've just reminded me. This is true. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is true. To avoid press, Taylor Swift leaves hotels in a massive suitcase.
In a suitcase.
Like a massive suitcase. She crawls in it, and her like limo drivers bring it out, and the press think, "Oh, it's just a suitcase.
Do you know
She'll be coming
why
out
I
soon."
can't
And then
understand-
just drive off, and she gets out.
Do you know why I
How
can't?
mental is
I
that?
can't back this. I know you just said it's true. If you know this, are you telling me the press don't know that when they bring a Taylor Swift size suitcase out, she's
obviously
in there?
thought-
Maybe she's got 4.
I would love it if the press just started taking pictures of the suitcase.
That's what I mean.
And
Well,
then
they-
titled it Taylor Swift.
they ended up doing, but like, what's the? It's not like,
Well, I
oh,
guess
well,
it's-
it's a
Yeah,
suitcase.
but
What's the
at
point?
that point, why would you get wheeled out? Why wouldn't you just put a veil over you? Get the invisibility cloak on, lad. Like, what I'm saying is, if they now know that you're in the... I get what you're saying, like, shouldn't have to look her best or whatever. But why go through the pain of being in a human-sized suitcase at that point?
It's also
Don't
like,
know.
I don't...
It
just
is
seems like
weird.
There's so
Isn't
many other ways you could get out of a hotel as well
mental.
without being seen.
I appreciate it, like, once or twice, and it's sick then, but, like, if you know about it, they definitely know about it. Speaking of paparazzi, did you see, this is completely off topic, but Kanye West has been pictured with 2 women on his balcony today
Has he?
in dressing gowns.
Uh,
So the man's
what?
back, he's no longer under the Kardashian
Well,
curse.
no, of course
But
he's
he,
not.
and he also bought the house across from them, so he's not only brought his woman
Yeah,
out, he's
I
done
know.
it
It's
across
mental.
That's
from
quality,
them.
innit?
It's
But how quality is that if he's done that just out of spite and just, like, flaunting a threesome that he's had?
Yeah.
Did you also see
Hey,
that?
Kim. Hey,
he's-
Pete. Look at this, bitches.
He's also been wearing like sex doll masks to the airport to not like. Well, he doesn't want to show his face,
Yeah,
does he? He doesn't want to
he
get
doesn't want to look his
photographed,
best all the
which is
time.
fair
yeah.
enough. But the choice to go from that to a sex toy mask,
Yeah. He's not far. He'll come back. He'll be back.
go back.
Can I just say, by the way, that whole Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian thing just proves, ladies, doesn't matter if a man's rich, doesn't matter if a man's good looking, making him laugh always wins.
Ah,
Are
but
you
I
telling
see.
me that Pete Davidson isn't rich?
No, he is rich, but he's not like the
And-
best looking. In fact,
Well,
right
he's also
now,
quite
he
good
looks
looking.
like a bloody waxwork figure.
I think if you asked a woman, they
Yeah.
do think he's good looking.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
they
I
do.
said this to Chantal and
He
she
is-
went,
he is quite good looking.
You know, he's,
But I'm just
he's
saying-
apparently good looking and he's normal.
It's a bit.
I think
Maybe that's
I
why.
think
Then.
if you were Pete Davidson, I don't think you'd have any issues. Not just because he's funny, just because he's a good-looking lad and he's rich
Yeah.
and famous.
And like you said, he's a professional comedian.
Yeah.
Although he's relatively relatable to us. He's not us, is he? It's not like we got fucking. It's not like just one of the lads has gone out and banged Kim Kardashian. Oh, it's that easy, lad.
Some lad from Bury's done it.
If he could do it, I can.
Some lad from Rochdale. Fucking hell.
Right. I've got a little tiny bit stat, but you've basically like got everything I've got. Like, I think. Well, I can't even speak. An unknown caller asked a radio station to play Revolution 9, which is a song off the White album from the Beatles. They asked him to play it backwards, which read out "Turn Me On, Dead Man."
Oh.
And then, at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, if you rewind that back, you hear John Lennon say, "I buried Paul."
I buried Paul.
Yeah.
Ah, that might be what I got confused
Well,
with
no,
then.
and if you play back "I'm a Walrus," which is a different song, it says Paul is dead.
Paul is dead.
Yeah.
But is this not? Because like, when you play, I don't know whether this is the case, but I'm pretty sure it is. When you play these songs back, they don't say Paul is dead. They say something that sounds like the thing sounds like
It's-
Paul is dead.
It's pretty close. Like, it is weirdly
Yeah.
close to
But
it.
it's
It's
not
quite
like it's
freaky.
not like they've
Yeah.
said Paul is dead and then rewound
'Cause
that and that's the backing track. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It
So-
happens quite a few
so-
times.
Because have you seen? I watched a clip the other day of Chris Martin trying to sing. I don't know whether it was Viva La Vida or Yellow or something on the Graham Norton show, backwards.
Oh yeah, I
He
saw
str-
something
he
like
got
that.
he got the pitch right. He got like the tone of it right, but he was like the words were nothing alike. I think
Yeah.
if they've genuinely done that, not saying it forward and then flipping it, they've done it backwards. That's incredibly difficult.
It's an
It's so much
impressive
effort
thing,
to
isn't it?
put in for a little bit of a joke. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Well, maybe it's not a joke.
They were also
But
on
it's effort. If he died, I'd be like, I'm not fucking doing that, John. Piss off.
Chris
John,
Martin.
let's just make music, man.
Chris Martin takes his shoes off when he's singing as well. Have you seen that? Takes his shoes and his socks off. It's fucking
Are
weird.
you about Paul?
No, Chris Martin.
Oh right. Well,
Does Paul do that?
weird you say that, right? The first time I ever heard of this theory, and we'll swiftly move on because I feel like we've been on this theory for ages. First time I ever heard of this theory without delving in was because on the Abbey Road album cover, where they're crossing, you know, the famous zebra cross one,
Yeah, in London.
which I crossed. Paul doesn't have shoes on. He's got bare feet on the album cover. Which at first is like, what? Why does that mean he's dead? Like, what? And then it was also, someone thought, oh, it's kind of like a funeral, you know, and like I can't remember the word they used, but it's, you know.
Like the way they're walking.
Yeah, the way they're walking.
But again,
Anyway.
it could just be them pissing about, couldn't it? Like,
What's the no shoes got to do with it?
Well, that's what I mean. That was just a weird thing. It was just the fact that Paul McCartney just doesn't have any shoes on. He's walking across the street in bare feet. Everyone else has got shoes on.
Are they trying to make it into like a Weekend at Bernie's type situation where they fucking reanimated his dead corpse and that's why he's got no... But again, you put socks on the man.
hey, you would.
It's
You
weird.
won't leave a
I know.
breadcrumb trail.
Yeah.
But-
If you were puppeteering the man, you put the effort in to put socks and shoes on him.
Yeah, it's weird. But if you watch the documentary Get Back on Disney Plus, you'll find out that they just talk. They're so weird, and they just say the most
I
stupidest
was going to
things,
say that.
and probably also absolutely high.
Yeah, they're
On drugs.
constantly on
Yeah.
acid.
If you listen to the whole of fucking Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds,
I
What?
am a
look at the
walrus.
words. Yeah,
Yellow
I'm a wa-
submarine.
I said that on stream when I was like, "Oh, if you play I'm a Walrus backwards, you hear Paul is dead." I'm like, "That's not the weirdest thing you'll hear in that song."
No, it's not.
Listen to it forward; it's
Yeah.
weirder.
Some of the latest shit they all did on their own was weird as well.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs on,
Oh, imagine John Lennon. What a weird song that
what a
is.
fucking, what a disgusting message.
War is over.
I'm going to get controversial here. I don't really think that it's that they might have been at the time, but I don't think they were as revolutionary.
Watch yourself.
as they were.
I think it is like a
Right, we're moving
timing
on.
thing.
Yeah.
I think at the time
I
they
think
were
if
the
you were
biggest
alive
thing
during
because
it,
yeah, I bet it was mental.
Moving
Yeah.
on. We are moving on. Before I come over there and smack you, silly boy.
I really don't. It's
Nah,
He's taking the knife in.
it's the thing is that I think the reason everyone loves them is because like they set the sort of blueprint for like the rock band. It's like
Yeah.
4 members, a drummer, a bassist, a lead guitarist, and a singer. They like
Yeah.
laid the thing.
Isn't again? We can finish the tangent very quickly. I've heard that John Lennon and Yoko Ono were terrible, terrible people as well.
I can believe that.
That they were like
They
horrible
were-
to like staff and things like that.
they're very weird.
Yeah.
Have you seen that clip of?
I know what you're gonna say.
Oh God, it's brilliant. Bill Burr spoke about it, and he talks about it so funnily.
I think I know what you're gonna talk
Yeah,
about. here as
when
well.
he's singing with like, I can't remember his name, but it's like someone huge. I want to say Chuck Berry. I want to say,
Okay, yeah.
and they're like both singing. John Lennon's singing, goes over to Chuck Berry, or it could be someone else at the time. And then it sounds beautiful. It's like a massive thing, and then all of a sudden, bloody his wife
Yoko.
Yoko Ono.
Yoko just starts going
No.
over both of them, and then the other guy just looks at her like,
That's the thing. There's a clip because she was dead into her art and she did loads of painting and stuff. There's a bit where she's doing like a whole art exhibit, and then she stops and she starts squealing like a pig down the mic.
it's fucking
She's
weird.
mental.
But
Yeah.
John Lennon would have been as well.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
he's a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was apparently. I've also heard he was probably really nice. Probably before he met her. I think it was her.
Yeah, maybe.
It's Yoko. It's always the woman.
Bloody Yoko. Fucking hell.
No.
Move on.
Well, how long are we going
Swiftly.
here for?
We have got I think we did say we had 100% male audience on our first podcast, so
It
maybe
did,
that's
yeah.
not going to
Oh
go
no,
down. badly.
3%
Oh,
female.
we're
going
growing.
on.
It's
We're
that sex
growing.
appeal from that man over
We're
there.
growing. What can I say? It's the
Oh.
beard. Ooh, I'm trying to think which one I want to do.
I was gonna say I think we've got battery for one more on the GoPro. I think.
How many more have you got?
I've got quite a few, and I
Well-
also want to end it with the one that we got sent.
Well,
Rattle.
well, even if that dies, we'll just bring you over
I'll
here
bring you
again.
over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
the
go over
iPhone
there.
should be alright.
Right. We'll do. I've said celebs in the Illuminati, which is a massive topic, but I've gone for a place called Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Have you heard
Where
of
the
this?
presidents go.
I've not
Shit
heard of
like
Well,
this.
I'm
And
like
they
powerful people.
Sacrifice and shit.
Right. Yeah. There's a place. I think I saw it was. I think it's in a
It's
forest.
in California.
Yeah. They have like a few thousand acres of land and it's just pure forest. And I think it's very similar to. Do you know when there was like a secret island going on? Like
Yeah, the whole talk.
I think it was
about
the whole.
everything.
Was it like Epstein? Which is
He
like
had
a
an
whole
island.
other
Epstein
thing.
Island,
Yeah. It's kind of similar to that. Basically, it was this secret place where like politicians and celebrities and like there's been. I'm pretty sure it's been. There's evidence that there's presidents have been seen
Do you know-
at this place.
Do you know
Yeah.
Alex Jones? He
Yeah.
infiltrated it, I think.
Yeah.
And he recorded a bit.
Right,
Of it. Or
and
somebody,
right.
somebody he knew did.
I
Yeah.
know. And
Right.
anyway, he infiltrates this like forest area and he films and takes pictures. And there's a video of like there's a massive like statue of like an owl person
Yeah.
thing, like a huge owl.
Okay.
And you hear there's like loads of people dressed in robes, like all the same. And
Always a sign of a terrible
I
organisation.
know.
A
right.
robe.
Robe.
Don't
I
put
know.
your robes on, lad.
And then there's obviously like there's a guy at the front and he's doing this mental like speech that doesn't really sound like it's English, but he says some like mental stuff, and then they light the owl thing on fire, and this is where the sort of theory comes in, because that's true. That's like video evidence. Something's weird is going on in this forest, but then the sort of theory comes in. And the conspiracy comes in whether there's a person inside the wooden owl and they're sacrificing them.
It's like Wicker Man stuff.
Yeah, it's like Wicker Man. And in the video, if you listen closely, slightly, as soon as they set it on fire, it does sound like there's a man screaming. Yeah, which is awful. Not fun
It's
to
one
listen
of,
to.
I think this is one of those things. I've spoke about it with I'm gonna say Tom before, and we said like when you're so rich and powerful, things that we think that'd be sick to do, you do it so regularly that it's not sick anymore. Like,
That's
and
the
I
thing.
say
Yeah,
sick
like
and like, oh, that'd be really cool or really good to do, or really fun or whatever. So your desire to do things would just naturally become, and your curiosity would become so heightened that you'd start doing shit like that.
Yeah, just because it's like
Yeah.
just another
It's
boost.
mental.
I don't
You
even-
have to do extreme
Yeah,
things.
I think some celebrities desire that. Like, they will go out in search of that, as in, like, to be a politician. Like, to want to run a country, you've got to be a bit of a megalomaniac. You've got to be a bit...
Yeah.
That kind
you've
of
gotta be a
power.
bit tapped in the head.
Yeah.
But I don't even know whether I could... Like, obviously, you could blame people for that, but I think unless you're in that situation, normal shit just wouldn't appease you
It
anymore.
won't cover anymore.
And
would it?
humans have a natural desire to want to be pleased, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah, I
want, and once and like your brain's designed to like only reach a certain level of
Yeah.
satisfaction with the same thing
Yeah.
before you're like, right, I want to fucking do something else now.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
at some stage, unfortunately, I think that's probably going to get to burning people. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's... I don't know how it would get to that stage, but obviously, if that is true, then it has.
I just think it's too
Yeah.
like if you, I think it's too Wicker Man-y.
Yeah,
Because it's been
Yeah.
a thing. It's like,
Yeah.
well, if they set it on fire, there's someone in
It's,
it.
it's
And
like
I don't
it's like
think.
aliens, when all aliens have got big green heads and
Yeah.
big black eyes when you see them.
Yeah.
Somebody's imprinted that image, and
Everyone's
that was
everyone's
pop
gone
culture.
along with
And
it.
now
Yeah.
when you see an alien, oh, it's got green
Yeah.
head. Like,
Yeah.
what's the alien called?
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, it's Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
I do think that politicians and presidents, there is a place in the middle of this woods, and they have
Oh yeah,
like a thing.
That's true.
That is
Bohemian
true.
Grove, I think. Yeah.
Now they do. There was talk about they do certain things to certain. Well, not certain.
I think.
kids.
I think. Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what
And
implied.
it's not fun. It's not fun. But basically, there was also just some random things. Like, they put on really theatrical plays that cost like thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's like high quality performances. They also sit around campfires and sing songs.
It's very.
It's so weird.
It's really tribal. It's
Yeah.
it's like ancient, like plays and that. It's like ancient Greece. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
They're
It's
going
very
back
similar,
to
actually.
them. Do you know what I mean? Like where you've got tragedy, romance, all that
Yeah.
shit.
What did we do in media? It was like the carnivalesque, where like people go out to experience like carnivalesque pleasures.
Yeah.
What they used to do, like I don't know, it's like mid 1500s, where like there would be a carnival where people would just go and do all these horrible things so that they didn't do them in day-to-day life.
Yeah. I don't know. Right. I was going to say something, and then you said they go out and watch some horrible stuff. I was going to say, fully enough, when I was in Cornwall, I went to they have this, I can't remember what it's called. They have this theatre that's in a woods, and they have a stage, and it's like in the middle of the woods, and they light like torches with like proper flames, and it is sick.
Yeah.
Like watching
Well,
a
that's the
play
thing.
surrounded by the woods. It is so cool.
It could also just be that they're lighting this big thing on fire because they can't see. It's a dark forest.
It is a dark
There's a big
forest.
fire. Like, yeah, we'll set the big fire on so we can see and we're warm.
If they don't, if you take out the horrible things to children and the burning of the man, they aren't true. Because as far as I'm aware, there's no evidence of those.
No.
You can't blame them for doing something. Like if they're just going watching a nice play and sitting around a campfire and having some s'mores and all that.
A lot of people say like,
Treat
well,
yourself.
okay, yeah, it's true, but so what?
Yeah.
Let them do what they
If
want
they're
to
not doing
do.
anything awful, exactly.
I do think. What's the? Is it stonemasons in the UK? Is it, there's Freemasons.
Freemasons, yeah.
They're one of the lads I work with. His dad is one of those, and he said like they're just fucking. Like, I'm sure they're not all, but he was like they're fucking weird. Like, do you know what I mean? But it is just a lot of like old blokes in a society who, I think, just go out and do like shit. But they do shit like stand in robes and chant in a circle and stuff like that. Which in normal life you're like, well, what are you doing, you fucking freak? But like, a lot of people do it. You know what I mean?
I think it's that thing of like, if it's not hurting them or anyone
Yeah.
else, you don't care, do you? You don't like it.
The lad at work basically said like, he thinks his dad does it because his dad's not like he's not got tons of mates. Do you know what I mean? So it's somewhere. Although he might do the weird shit where he's stood in a circle and that, and he's chanting, he also has a pint with him afterwards. And
Which,
stuff like that.
Again, makes
Treat
100%
yourself,
safe. Yeah.
Treat
Yes.
yourself.
Maybe you should join one then.
Fuck off.
No, I was gonna say just a little bit to add to it. Apparently, they talk about new laws and policies.
Yeah.
That's why.
Which
they
again
like,
would make
I
sense.
feel
wouldn't
like
it?
if I went to one of those,
Perfectly fine.
I finally got invited to one, and then they were talking about laws, and I'd be like, "Oh, fuck off! Come in. Get the man burning, get him on."
I can't see. Put the big fire on. Put the big fire on.
What this reminded me of, and it's a recent thing. Does anyone know the actor / musician Jared Leto?
I do.
Yes.
Played the Joker in Suicide Squad.
What's
the
his band
original.
called?
30 Seconds to
30
Mars.
Seconds
Yeah.
Good band. Yeah, they got a couple bangers. I was an emo as a child, leave me alone. And he also has an island, right? And bear in mind, the reason he didn't know that COVID was going on till like late 2020.
I've seen this. Yeah, I think this is true because he.
It is. There's
it's-
pictures.
Yeah.
He has his own cult, right? Basically, cult. Where people go to this island, they all dress in white robes, and they all
Not a good
sit.
start.
Again,
Not a good
The
start.
robes
it's
again.
robes. They all sit and listen to him. And weirdly, this is a stretch. He does look like Jesus, which is mental. He has a long beard
with the
and
yeah.
massive like long hair. But it's the whole mysterious island, the robe thing. It's a very culty sort of thing.
Once again, what type of person do you have to be to think that people want to? All right, they might want to go to your island, but why would you impose? Oh, you've got to sit there and listen to me now.
The robe.
Yeah,
It's
and
weird.
the robe, yeah. Why? Fuck off.
I think
You'll find pictures.
You've got a beard and you've got
Yeah,
long hair.
it's-
You're not Jesus. Fuck off.
That's what. But the pictures, they look dead biblical.
That's
He
what I
looks
mean,
like
but
Jesus
he's-
because they're all following him
It's
and
almost
all.
like because he's obviously instigated that. Like, don't get me wrong, he'll have fans and that who will want to do it, but he's the one who's gone. He's not been forced into. Oh, Jared, get the robe on and get on stage.
you're like
He-
contractually obliged to do
He
this.
thinks he's Jesus by the sounds of it. You know what I mean?
And like you said, with the fan thing, if he wants to do anything like that, there's not a shortage of people. What
Yeah.
if you're a Jared Leto fan? You wouldn't go to an island with him and just listen
Yeah.
to him talk.
Yeah.
You know what's that reminds me of? Charles Manson. Charles Manson.
Yeah, he did.
Charles Manson looked a bit like Jesus. He had long hair and a beard.
Yeah,
And he had like
But he was fucked.
he basically ordered people to do horrible things, didn't
Yeah,
he?
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the whole.
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the woman that's murdered in that, but
But-
that was the. real
Oh
life.
yeah,
But
I
that
forgot
film
about
isn't.
that.
Fact, it's not like
Yeah,
how it
that's
went.
not. Yeah.
Oh, also, just a
Good
quick
film,
little
though. Good film.
bit to add on to that. People are like absolutely mind blown. He's one of them. He's recently hit a milestone in like age, and he looks nothing like his age. You know,
Yeah.
like Paul
Paul
Rudd
Rudd,
just
yeah.
doesn't change.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she had loads of work done, didn't she?
Yeah.
You can tell.
Well, Paul Rudd might have.
Nah,
No,
bald.
he's
He's a
not.
beautiful, gorgeous man. He's a lovely man. Right. But everyone says he's one of them. But it's everyone brings in the fact like his weird cult thing, and then it's like there's also things where they whap in the fountain of youth, like he's
Yeah.
found it, and then there's
Yeah.
also things that apparently there's a whole different theory where there's a certain age range of a child where their blood is so pure that when you
Yeah.
drink it,
I've seen
you
this.
survive, and that's a
Yeah.
whole. Apparently, the royals do it.
You're gonna talk about like it'll be like stem cells. And all
Yeah,
that
and it's
shit,
linked to
yeah.
like there was
White
it
blood
was
to the
linked to
blood and
like
stuff.
loads of kids in Canada went missing all at once.
Well, that was
Like,
that
it
recent
it was
thing,
dead
isn't it, where they
weird.
found all those indigenous children.
Yeah, the
They found, like-
native
Yeah.
tribes of They found loads of graveyards underneath like buildings in Canada, and they have like
Yeah.
mass
Oh, did they have?
graves.
They
Yeah.
did.
No.
But I also don't
They
think
weren't.
it's that
I don't
hard.
think they were draining them of the blood though. I think they were just basically. I think they were under orphanages, weren't they?
Yeah, so I think, yeah,
Yeah, they
as
ba-
awful as
I
it,
think they were
it sounds like they were
basically-
just...
I get the I might be wrong, but I get the impression that they were moving the native. I don't know whether the Native Americans, if they're in Canada, but Native Canadians, Native people, whatever, from their land to use their land for whatever reason. I don't know whether it's tar sands in Canada, and then because they were moving them from there, they might have been forcefully moving them. They were then a lot of orphans because they might have been killing the parents or whatever. And then they just weren't treating the orphans very well, so they were just like mass graves underneath a lot of.
Yeah.
Oh,
And to
They
be-
weren't draining them of the blood for the queen.
Thrilling.
I don't think.
No, I don't think it's that hard to believe that rich people look good. Rich
I
people
know.
with all this time
Yeah.
have you noticed?
aren't aging.
Have you
It's-
noticed? It's the same thing where you see a person when before they were famous, and then
Yeah.
see them after
Do you
they're
know?
famous.
Do you know who
Yeah.
I think is the prime example of that? Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think he's had loads of work done.
Just his
I think
teeth.
he might have had his teeth fixed, yeah.
Mhm.
But he looks like a action man. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it does.
Like he's,
Yeah.
he's sculpted.
He doesn't look 37,
Yeah.
does he?
But I'm
It's-
sure he probably has had work done in some way. Do you know what
Probably.
Yeah.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
actually. There's also, since we're on the same like kind of culty topic, there's also like a weird sort of creepy little thing that I found out. My brother told me, and this is true. There was a cult in America, and I can't. They were doing culty things. I don't know what they are, but they were doing some nasty things, right? All in robes again,
Red
but
flag.
this is where it gets weird. They all had a certain make of Nike shoes.
Yes, I love this one.
I know,
it's
it's
a terrible
mental, isn't
thing. Yeah, and how it ended.
I don't know how it ended, but I was literally just going to talk
Oh.
about the
I mean? What were the
shoes.
shoes?
I'll tell you about
They
it.
were they were like black and red, I think.
Yes.
Nike shoes. Nike don't make them anymore because of this story. But if you have a pair of these Nike shoes, they're like worth
Yeah.
loads.
I'm gonna
It's
have to Google
unreal.
of what these shoes are
So
called,
what happened was this was a cult that believed that a meteor was going to come across the Earth, and the plan was the cult leader said, "Right, it's coming over." He didn't know about the meteor, or if it wasn't real,
Oh,
obviously.
I know that. Was it a
It's-
bloke who led it?
Yeah, it was a bloke who led it, and he said
It's
that
called Heaven's Gate, by the way.
Heaven's Gate.
Oh.
There's a thing with Uzi, Lil Uzi Vert. Did
Awesome.
an album out. No, I'm not going to bring him into any more than that. But there's like, yes, this meteor goes over. He said, right, we're all going to kill ourselves at the same time, and our
That's it.
spirits are going to go onto this meteor and we'll be taken otherworldly. And everyone, I think there must have been about 90 people, maybe more than that, killed themselves in the same clothing and the
And
same shoes.
and everyone
all
was
at
like,
the same time.
"Why are they
They're
all
called-
wearing
they're
these
called Night
shoes?"
Decades, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
I've heard about
freaky,
that.
innit?
They-
I looked
they-
into it because of
call-
that. There was a,
They're called Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles, the two.
Oh.
were they wearing like
friends.
green jackets too and like white?
I'll have a quick
There's a
look.
few pictures of people like not the bodies, but like because they were in like bunks
Oh, were they?
and they all did it like next to each other.
I didn't know the stuff about that they were all in the same clothing, but I have heard of the meteors going. We all kill ourselves at the same time.
Yeah.
Did they kill themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
The
Yeah.
cult leader convinced them
Do you know-
all to kill
Do
themselves.
you know what? I can back if you're gonna do it yourself, then you obviously truly believe in it.
Well, that was the
Do
thing,
you know what I
wasn't it? Yeah.
If you convince 90 odd people to kill themselves, and then you don't do it as well, then that's not on. That's
No.
not on, fellas.
That's
Come
just
on.
like religion.
Run them all.
Like some people in America, some like just not like Christians, Christianity. Some people in America do some mental things
Oh yeah.
for the.
The grace
Jesus
of God.
Christ.
And Dan is a Christian.
I'm
So-
not a mental person though.
Mass suicide is called. That.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's the one, yeah. Imagine that though. I think it was just because the police were like, "Why are they all wearing these shoes?" And then obviously pictures came out, and Nike were like,
That's a bad brand look, innit?
"That'll look good."
That's a bad brand look.
Get LeBron, make another LeBron shoe, quick!
It was-
Get Jordan out, go on.
It was phenobarbital that they took, mixed with applesauce or pudding, and washed down with vodka.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? That's well weird.
39, I think they were.
39 of them.
39.
Right, mental. Should we do two more?
Let's
And
do
I'll
two
fly
more.
through this next one.
Okay.
The red light's still going.
Red light. Green light.
Tom's dead. He's moved.
Get shot in the head. Oh right, now
Wicked
we
honeycomb.
talk about being cold in this bloody shed.
My toes feel like
It's
they're about to
I
freezing.
fall
can't
off.
feel
Yeah,
my toes. Would
it's-
you say that your feet could be frozen?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
went to the coldest place on earth last night, and I'm colder in here than I am there.
Where was the coldest?
I went to Oldham away with latex, and my God, that ground is fucking freezing.
I didn't
I
know
thought
what you were on about.
ice bar
I
or
was
something like
like,
that.
I was thinking, have you gone away again?
Cryotherapy.
Did you ever like stay at home?
On the way there, my dad gave me a warning. He was like, "Wrap up tonight, son, because it's fucking freezing here."
Right, so you'd say you were frozen?
Pretty
Oh,
frozen.
Is this? Are you going to talk about the film?
Nah.
Is someone cryogenically frozen?
There's a
Right.
chance that a little boy, well, Walt Disney, the man,
Oh yeah.
is cryogenically frozen
Yeah.
and is waiting to be thawed out.
But
We don't know why.
I think-
it's not his body, is it? Did you see
Well,
that?
Is it his
there's a
head?
whole
It's
thing
his brain, apparently.
where it might be just his head, it might be his full body. We don't know.
Is-
But
I thought this was not a conspiracy. I thought this was like almost like guaranteed to be true.
Well, I saw a video of his grandniece doing an interview, and this man was like, "Oh, is he? The theory is right. His frozen body is buried underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland or Disney World,
Once
right?
again,
Fucking
I
hell.
can't deal with these.
Breadcrumbs.
Stop doing stupid shit. Why? Why put it under that? Fuck me.
I feel like that was like legitimate
It
rage.
was,
Fuck
I can't- Stop doing shit. just freeze yourself and put yourself in a freezer somewhere. Just do it. Put it
fridge.
somewhere.
It's not like
There's no need for it to be
it's not
under a
like
ride.
the company of Disney doesn't
Yeah.
have anywhere else to keep
Yeah.
him.
Right.
Get yourself in a mountainside somewhere, lad. Fuck
Anyway,
me.
his grandniece quickly
Jesus.
goes, "Oh no, he's not buried under there." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "That's exactly what you would say if he was."
He's under Shamu in SeaWorld instead.
You know the little ball that orcas use then, but that's his head. He's inside that ball.
Out to the cross.
I think Walt Disney died. I'm pretty sure Walt Disney died a long, long time ago. And he like,
Died in 60s,
60s, yeah.
70s, before Florida opened.
yeah, what the state?
Yeah, Florida was found.
I think, like, you think about how much technology has advanced. I don't think cryotherapy is, or cryogenically freezing. Sorry, not cryotherapy. Cryogenically freezing is completely out of the realms of possibility.
No.
But it fucking was in the 1960s.
Yeah.
They've just whacked the lad in a freezer and said,
100. Yeah, I mean, what?
Yeah. Also, it's one of those things where the people who did it, to the people who froze, they're not going to be around to deal with the consequences when cryogenically freezing people becomes an actual thing.
Yeah.
And his family go, right, unfreeze him then. And it just doesn't work because they've just put a brain in a freezer. They're long gone. They don't care.
The people taking over will see it and go, why the fuck did you put him in a freezer?
Yeah. But what I mean is, like, that the people who did it are just going to be like, well, yeah, well, you can just say, you can bullshit your way through putting him in a freezer. And his family aren't scientific experts. They're not going to go,
No.
well, his neurons are going to break there. If you freeze him at that temperature, you're just going to whack him in it.
Gonna stick him in there with the meat. With the meat.
I did watch the Walt Disney.
That's gone.
I did a documentary of a
It's
film.
going. I'm going.
Go on, Dan.
I'm firing over here.
I did watch the documentary or the film about him, and they did say in that film that he was kind of like worried about death.
Yeah.
He did think about it a lot, and how he didn't want to die.
Yeah.
So that
That sounds like me.
you could scratch at the frozen.
That's why I'm going crack out. It's -10 there, isn't it?
Just go outside for a bit.
That's why I'm in this fucking room.
Right.
Slowly
Okay.
cryogenically freezing yourself.
Okay. Right. Calm it down. Right. Right. So, Walt Disney were getting a bit sick and tired, and maybe a little bit scared, maybe a bit worrying at the fact that everyone was googling Walt Disney Frozen.
As you would.
I've heard this before,
As you would. So what did they decide to make? A film called Frozen. Meaning, every time someone Google searched the words Walt Disney Frozen, only the film would then come up, and then hopefully things would start to die
Is he gonna
down.
make one called cryogenically?
Well, here's the thing actually, funnily enough. They compared the story of Frozen to like a really old fairy tale called like the Ice Queen, I think, and it's exactly
It's based on it.
it's
isn't it?
it's based on it, right? And it was like they could have literally called the film anything.
Yeah.
Like they could have called it Ice Queen, World of Ice, Snowing.
I do think it's a good name
Frozen's
for a film,
quite a
though.
good
Frozen,
name, yeah.
Frozen's
Yeah,
a
it's
good
like-
name, right? But Disney are smart, and I'm just saying that's probably the reason why it's called Frozen. And then I thought, well, Disney can be quite dark, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There can be quite dark
Start
little
of
things.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Terrifying to this
Yeah.
day. Still, it's
Fox and the Hound.
Oh, don't even.
the list goes on.
I'm gonna break down. Because, and this was said in the video, Disney are super protective of the family-friendly brand. Flipping out, that's hard to say. Family-friendly brand, like they're like super protective over it. So much so that I found out some mental things. Right, they used to edit out cigarettes from Walt's hands.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say, I don't think he was very family friendly because he smoked.
He
Like,
did,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of things about him being quite anti-Semitic as well, which
Yeah. And this is gonna. You love going Disneyland, don't you? Or Disney World? I don't know which one you
me
go
and my
to.
me and my girlfriend, we're
Well,
in there.
Well,
This man didn't think Florida existed before Disney World or Disneyland. or
Disney
anything.
Town.
well,
Florida was found.
I found out that the Disneyland mascots, the people who dress up,
Mickey Mouse.
yeah, have extremely strict rules, and they have to sign like a massive waiver for all these rules.
I can believe
to do
this
it.
as
I'm not
well.
surprised.
Yeah, because it's
To protect the
the IP.
family-friendly brand. There was one rule that I found out which is absolutely mental. They can't take the clothes off at all, and it specifically gives an example, even if they're drowning.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? As awful as I can believe Disney doing that.
Stop
That-
going near
that-
water if you're in a costume.
They're also never near water
Maybe
as well.
maybe
for that
maybe
reason.
someone's trying to find Walt's corpse.
I was just about to say, why would you, if you were that bothered about people googling Walt Disney Frozen, because he kept coming up about him being cryogenically frozen, so you've made a whole movie, a multi-billion or multi-million-pound movie. Why the fuck have you put him under the Pirates of the Caribbean ride?
Still on that.
Why?
Still enjoyed it so
We're
much.
back. We've gone full
But
circle.
why?
Why the fuck
Do
you
you know what
put
I
him
mean?
under there?
If you were that worried, don't put him under a ride.
I think that is it as well.
It is
It's,
a bit better.
it's why are people doing this shady shit and then making it so easy to find
Yeah.
and look at.
But like, they've obviously gone to lengths to cover it up. But apparently, he's under a ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a cool thing about it, actually, that there's only one Mickey Mouse in like
Is there?
the parks at a time. So in Florida, there's 4 parks, and there'll only be
There's only one Mickey Mouse in the whole.
at one time.
In the whole, one in the 4 or one in each?
One in the 4
Oh,
at
wow.
once. So if say Mickey's in Magic Kingdom the first 2 hours, he's not gonna be anywhere else. And they have
Wow.
a series of underground tunnels across them where the characters can shoot across. It's actually
Well,
quite
well,
sick.
well,
If you go
That's
into like,
quite weird. I
yeah,
thought that was very strange.
Well, Walt Disney's brain is
Yeah.
in these underground
Maybe
tunnels.
like the Anfield sign, you give it a quick
Yeah.
tap on the way past.
so
Hey, Walt.
you're going past and you just see Jack Sparrow, and then you see Walt Disney's brain in corner on the ride.
And then just linking, like, they went into detail about the whole drowning thing for some reason. They will literally have people drag them out of the pool, away, out of the public eye, and then do CPR on them. They won't do CPR in front of people.
But if you're thinking of this is like, this is the most worried company in the world about their brand.
Yeah.
Their markets kids, and they know that, and in the parks, you wouldn't be able, if that happened in a Disney park. Some guy gets chucked out dressed as Mickey Mouse and gets
Kids
his
crying.
ribs broken, CPRing,
Yeah.
and Disney aren't going to try and
Yeah.
cover that in some way contractually.
It is a bit mental, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
You'd probably be, I would imagine if there's one Mickey Mouse at any time in all 4 parks, I would imagine he's on a lot of money as well. Do you know what I mean?
well. There's different people. I don't think they are.
Are they
There's
not?
different people who do it, but there has to be one at once.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But like, I don't think they get paid that much.
Right. Because I'm just thinking, like, you got to have some sort of danger money as well if you're gonna die and they're not gonna help you.
Yeah, if you fall into any form of water,
Because I can imagine you're in Florida. I mean, I'm sure it's very well designed, this costume, but you're in Florida. It's a very hot and humid place, and you've got a full suit of
for
plush
yeah.
on. You could,
That's a lot
you
of
could have
plush.
you could have a fit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could.
Yeah.
They must have something. They must have like water
Must
running
have-
through
must
it.
have vents there,
Yeah.
ventilation.
I'm gonna have to dive in that pool in a second. That pool's looking very more appetizing as each hour passes.
It reminds me now of In Between Us when Neil's got that monkey
That's
costume
exactly what I was
on,
thinking
and
about,
that his bee stinging him. Oh,
Whips
so
that head
good.
straight off as well.
Oh,
He's not.
does.
He's not signed a deal.
Yeah. For some reason, I just imagine they're going in the tunnel. All right, Mark, my shift's up. Oh, hey, cheers, Alan. Where do you want me? Space Mountain. Oh, all right. Bust the head on.
Where are you going? Splash Mountain. Ah, be careful. You're falling there.
That water looks rather appetizing. This bloody heat.
Oh.
Oh no, I was just looking back to that as well. Apparently, you can't, if there's any form of like bad behavior from just normal people, like you can't get drunk in Disney World.
They didn't sell alcohol until like 2000 and something.
You can't get like drunk, otherwise they will kick you out and like ban you instantly.
Yeah.
Like you're never coming
It's
back.
actually, when you look at
You've got to be like top
Disney
behaviour.
Parks YouTube, me and Chantal love it because there's just so much weird shit that they do that you think, it's actually pretty cool. Not all of it, obviously. The character drowning one's a bit extreme.
Well, it's weird how the waiver specifically like said that
Yeah.
as if it's happened before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like, yeah, I know what you mean. It's weird.
It's very weird.
I really want to know now what the inside of those suits are, because I've never thought about how hot
you-
they must get.
In Florida,
Yeah.
in California.
If
Yeah, I was
you're,
gonna say the other one as
I
well.
tell you
yeah.
what,
It's-
milestone. Subscriber milestone. We'll do a full pod in mascot suits.
I
Do
already.
you know what? I bloody would
I
if
don't
we're
think
doing
your
it in this
I don't
shed.
think your typical
You need it.
mascot suit is anything special, but I would imagine those.
In the
Ah.
Florida heat.
Yeah.
They have like animatronic eyes now too, so
Yeah.
they blink and like some have like voice like command,
Yeah.
stuff like that in them. So the
You Mickey Mouse.
I'm Mickey Mouse. there was
hey there, kids.
That was awful. That was awful. That was awful.
That's
That
fucking-
was-
what's his name from Family Guy? That was Herbert the Bird. Oh, hi there, Chris.
Hey there, Chris. Come here, Jesse. Come get the
There's
ball.
one man who there's a man who did an incredible impression of that. A ginger man who we all know. Do you know what I mean? He went to school with him. Well, we did.
I have
He
an
was in our
idea.
farm. He was in a ginger man.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
yeah.
There, I had an idea.
It's incredible.
But yeah, that's the Disney one. Now, before we do the last one, you shut up,
Oh,
man.
it's so funny.
This is your
it's
favourite one, isn't it?
Is there any other? It's not my favorite one, but it was the one that made. I was reading it and I was like,
I'll warn you
it's
with this.
a wild list.
This is the worst one. So I know we've been going on for a while. Turn off now if you want, because this is
That's still going.
this is shit.
It's still going.
It's
Don't
shit.
say that. Before I say, I've got there's the aliens, there's royals, there's COVID,
Episode 2.
there's flat Earth.
Got to do the
There's-
conspiracy one. haven't we?
So much stuff on Michael Jackson linked with 9/11. It's unreal.
Like his album cover.
Yes. Oh, don't
I've
get me
not heard
started.
of any of them.
There's Bigfoot. There's Nazi colonies in Brazil and Argentina.
I don't
Yes.
think that's a conspiracy theory.
No, I think that's
just
true.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
There's-
They found him, haven't they?
There's Princess Diana stuff.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Shady
Oh, we've
shit.
done Birds of Spies. Done Birds of Spies. Tupac and Biggie.
Yep.
Titanic. Kurt Cobain was murdered.
Yep. I've heard
That-
that one.
Dyatlov Pass.
What?
Pardon?
There's a.
Can I read it?
It's a weird name.
Oh,
Oh.
right, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this in? Is that in Russia?
I think so. It was about a group of lads, and I think they ended up just eating each other.
Oh.
Something like that. But Bermuda Triangle
Yeah.
and a weird one.
That's a bollocks.
What do you mean?
Bollocks.
Well, we'll have to. Well, we'll go into it then. And then there's phones are always listening to you.
That's 100%.
That's
true.
just like technology,
That
though,
is
isn't
true.
it?
But it's a bit freaky, innit?
Targeted advertising.
It's a bit
That is-
freaky.
I
That's all
don't-
I'm saying.
I don't think it is, because it's like Alexas and Google
I
device.
know.
It's
I know.
It's so. I'm so certain of that one that it's.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
even-
the people who deny it and hate it is because why are you talking about weird things?
What
Yeah.
shady
Yeah,
shit have you
what
got
are you
to
talking
like?
about?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Right.
It worries me that you've had to go onto a Facebook post to find
Listen,
this.
I know, right? But it's not written on Facebook.
Do you know
It's
why
just
you have to go onto a
screenshots.
Facebook post? Because it's utter bollocks.
You know what? Listen to this, right? Listen to this.
Sit down, take a seat.
Take a seat.
I'm
Right.
not sure I want to be on this podcast if you're going to talk like this.
Why?
It's such shit.
Right, listen, okay.
Right, go
right.
Go on.
Right. There's this lad, and he's uploaded screenshots of Snapchat, right? So there's a picture, and then there's text, right?
Oh, okay.
So he's took a picture of a book, right? And the caption says this.
You may as well show Juan as well. 'cause
I'll
he's
show
not a
Juan.
listener.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm on the Office of Congress Library website and came across this book written in 1893.
Okay.
Look at the title. Now the title of the book is called Baron Trump. Oh, Baron Trumps, and then the title, right?
How's it spelled then? Baron.
BRON, I think.
B-A-R-O-N.
Right. Okay.
What did I say?
B-R-O-N.
Bron. LeBron.
LeBron James.
Bron Trump.
Right. Okay. We continue on. Settle down.
Clicked in all of our
Settle
heads.
down.
Bron.
Bron. We were all like... Put 3 light bulbs on our head. LeBron. You on screen there.
Oh, God.
Right. The book is about a boy named Baron Trump who found a secret portal and time travelled. But that's not the crazy part. Hashtag wait for it.
Okay.
And then the next screen...
I fucking saw it.
The next screenshot, right?
Trump said
And-
it.
Right. The next
This is the
screenshot
reaction I
is
wanted.
a Google search.
This is the same man right here.
Is a Google search of Baron Trump.
How's it spelled then?
Yeah, it's double R.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Well,
necessarily.
that's strike one.
No,
Right,
but-
that's strike one.
I'd understand if it was a completely different name, but
It
Baron with one
It
R
better
and
not be a
Baron
completely
with 2 R's.
different name because otherwise it's bollocks.
Oh my god! Right. Alright. Baron Trump is Donald Trump's son. Oh no.
Yeah.
Spelled with 2
Brilliant.
R's.
Donald Trump's son is called Baron, but it gets crazier.
It doesn't.
It does, believe me.
Okay.
Okay, this was a bit of a stretch, actually. This was a bit of a stretch. They're comparing a picture of Donald Trump's son next to a picture that's in the book.
Show him that photo. This needs to go on the podcast.
This man,
Right,
I'll
you
have to
need to
send
send
it
me
you.
this.
I'll
This is
send you all
bollocks.
this, right? I will agree They look a bit similar, but
Sh-
things
just-
like that. It's like when the whole time traveling thing. It's like Nicolas Cage is a time traveler because they found an old painting and it looks a bit like him.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
Do you know
That's
what
always
it
a
is?
stretch for me.
They bear resemblance because they're both humans. One's a drawing of a human and one's a photo of a human.
He's also got a dog. Are you
Yeah.
going to tell me that he's also got a dog in real life?
But wait, it gets better, right?
The fact that he has to keep reading.
I
the
know
way it gets
it's a bit
better.
annoying.
It gets
I'm
better.
not saying this. I'm reading the captions. I'm not just purposely going. It gets better,
'Cause
right?
it doesn't.
In the book, Baron Trump had a mentor he looked up to.
And
Is
then
that
those
really weird?
half horse, half people. Is that censor?
That's a
Mentor.
That's a bloody monitor, man. Not a mentor.
Half bull, half man.
This man's got a karate kid top on.
You've got
No,
the
it's a
wrong one.
I do have a Karate Kid
What's a
top on.
minotaur or
It's a
minotaur?
bull.
It's a bull.
Oh, that's a bull.
Centaur's
Okay,
a
centaur
horse.
then. Mr. Tumnus, whatever the frick you
Centaurs
want.
live in the Forbidden Forest.
man's wearing-
I've been watching Harry Potter.
I watched it as well.
So let's look what you went. Mentor.
Mentor.
That's what I said.
Okay, in the book, Baron Trump had a mentor he looked up to. Do you want to guess what his name was?
It's not Donald, is it?
It's Donald.
It's Don. Dan.
No.
What's it say?
It says #Don, but I'm pretty sure he's just saying that because it's called Donald.
You don't know that.
Well, listen, Don's a bit mental anyway, right?
He is the Don.
Okay, this is
Don.
also a bit of a random thing. It says all this shit in the book takes place in Russia.
This is absolutely where it lost me.
This
Right.
is a bit weird, right? It then goes into Google searching. Is it Melania? Melania
Donald
Trump.
Trump's wife.
Donald
Yes.
Trump's wife, right?
Show one what he circled.
Now he's circled. He circled
God.
where she's from.
Yeah.
Where does that say she's from, Juan?
Slovenia.
Yeah. So what's that got to do with Russia? They're just two different countries.
I thought you were going to like
Right.
say something.
No,
straight
I ain't got anything to back it. Right. Okay.
This man.
It also.
I'm safe in assuming that this man is American, considering he's in the Congress Library. I think
Yeah.
he's a fucking idiot.
Fully.
He doesn't know that. He thinks Europe's a country and that Slovenia and Russia are the same thing. Or they're just cities. next to each
Potentially.
other.
Right. Okay. And then it also circles the fact that she has a child called Baron Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
we
She's
knew.
not got another one. That's the same one.
Yeah.
That's the same Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't get with another Trump and have a Baron Trump before
Okay.
Donald.
I feel like we're gonna be sick.
I'm picking holes, man. I'm picking holes. This is my
I'm
time.
not saying I'm a true believer in this.
Yeah.
I just thought it was. Well, there's a few
The
coincidences.
name thing's massive. The name thing's
Baron.
probably the biggest one.
Yeah, right,
The
right.
fact that it's
Even
not
though-
spelled the
If it was
same.
spelt right.
And-
Wrong, sorry.
If he was trying to like hide himself as this Mysterio time traveler, again, breadcrumb.
Why
Why would he knock off an R or put an R up?
Why are you writing a shitting book about
Oh,
it?
I
man?
want to fucking find you now.
Right, okay. Right. 4 years later, in 1896, the same author writes a sequel to the book, but he calls it The Last President. And this when shit gets real, right? The book is about a very wealthy man who lived in New York on Fifth Avenue who ran for president but wasn't expecting to win. Wait for it. Do you want to know what's currently located on Fifth Avenue in New York?
Trump Tower.
Trump Tower is located in Fifth Avenue.
Am I wrong in thinking that Donald Trump doesn't live in Trump Tower?
But
No,
I'm
he does. I don't
He
think.
doesn't. No.
He doesn't.
And
But
I-
still, it's mental. Do you not think?
Fifth Avenue, New York. I'm pretty sure in the 1800s would have been.
It's like a financial district.
Yeah,
I think.
it's like a major place.
Yeah.
I will admit, Dan, that this is a little bit. It's a little bit.
It's a bit spooky.
Yeah. a little
Right. A little bit spooky.
He's also not the last president. Big up Joe Biden.
Okay, but I think it was the whole thing about he wasn't expected to win.
Yeah.
Which I think
Yeah.
when Trump won, we were all a bit like,
Fuck.
oh.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah. In the book, when he won, it surprised everybody, and people started rioting and protesting. And after his how'd you say it? Inauguration, he started signing executive orders.
I assume
which-
Trump did that. I don't.
I
actually
assume
know much
I
about
know
it.
I assume there was loads of protests and riots when he
But I think
wasn't there the whole thing.
every president brings in new shit after they get inaugurated.
And
Yeah.
I
also,
think.
Very true.
every president will. I don't think it's outrageous to suggest that if a president isn't a favourite candidate, that there will be some sort of riots somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's a lot of
mean-
people. Yeah, and especially with him when he
If,
got
if,
elected,
if,
it
a,
was.
strongly democratic, a strong Democrat candidate wins, probably somewhere in the South someone will riot. And the same thing for the Republicans. Somewhere in the North someone will riot.
Right. Remember, this book was written over 124 years ago.
Yep.
But anyways.
Can I very, very quickly, the one thing that I think doesn't give this credit, he's going to die in a second thing. One thing that I think doesn't give this credibility is he's just telling you these things. I've not read The Last President. I've not read Baron Trump.
He is just telling us this. Yeah. We've got to take this man's
He's
word.
got to
No,
take
like,
man's word.
pages from the book.
No, there's not. It's
that
just
would
the
be a
covers,
big thing, yeah.
It's just the names.
Yeah.
Are from the... Right, okay. Anyways, after his inauguration, or however you say it, he started picking people for his cabinet. And guess who was one of those, the people? This does have a picture of the book.
Okay.
Secretary Agriculture, and it's a guy in the book called Lafay Pence,
which is the same as Mike Pence.
Once again,
the vice
wrong
president.
first name. I think wrong job. I get that it's weird, but stop getting it wrong.
Be factually correct.
Yeah.
We'll get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
If you got a time machine, get it right, man.
And then the caption says, "Y'all can go read the books for yourself." But he ain't done yet. So Mike Pence is also the name. You know, Pence, again, the same name. In 1943, one of the most famous inventors, named Nicola Tesla, died from a blood clot. Before his death, he claimed he built a time machine and used it to travel back in time and in the future.
Okay.
After he died, the United States government took all of his inventions and notes the name of the office that seized all of his work was the Office of Alien Property, which does exist.
That does exist.
That exists. After they looked through it, they passed it on to the FBI. And there's like a little picture. The Office of Alien Property does exist. It is a thing that the government have. After they gave up trying to figure out his inventions, they hired an outside engineer who could understand the work of Nikola Tesla. And guess who this dude was?
This is a bit mental. I'll give you this.
A guy called John G. Trump.
Do you know who that is?
Do you know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
John Trump is Donald Trump's grandfather. But after studying the time machine notes and inventions of Nikola Tesla, he told the government he didn't find anything. Could he have lied to keep the inventions to himself and out of the hands of the government? We don't know. Fun fact, Donald Trump's mum's name is Mary and his father's middle name is Christ. And he was...
I was so baffled.
Fuck me.
I was so baffled by that. More to the fact that somebody... Donald Trump's granddad has named his son. I can't remember his first name. But I think is he named him John Christ Trump? That's the most incredible thing about that whole theory.
And Donald Trump was born on the night of the total lunar eclipse.
That wound me up. That really
Can I just say, what annoys me about this the most was how it's like, Donald Trump's granddad was apparently best friends with Nikola Tesla, who supposedly built a time machine. That's mad. This says keep reading, and then it just says his mum's called Mary and his father's middle name was Christ. I was like, okay, curveball. Slight curveball, and he was born on the total lunar eclipse. There's his mum, Mary Ann McLeod Trump. His dad, Frederick Trump.
That's a fucking.
And also, it shows when Trump was born, which was June 14th, 1946. And then on June 14th/15th, 1946, the total lunar eclipse
not even
happened.
necessarily the same day.
Oh, I think the phone's down. Is it? No.
I'm a bit concerned about that because I'm pretty sure when I undid the low power, I'm pretty sure it said 1 hour 17, and we've been going for longer than an hour 17.
Oh my god, this has been a lot. This has been a lot.
So we might just have audio.
We might just also have Dan. No, because I restarted that pretty soon.
Oh no, I think that's still on. I think it's just been dimmed again.
Oh, okay.
Right, go on, Dan.
Okay.
There could be a large chunk missing.
And then it shows some like a post about, is Donald Trump a time traveler? And then it underlines like, such as Donald Trump's uncle John Trump's perpetuated relationship with Nikola Tesla.
Purported.
Whatever that said.
Just helping you.
Yeah, that's it, basically. That's the end.
What do you think about that one?
What do you think about that,
I
Juan?
think it's fucking nonsense.
It's nonsense, isn't it? It's utter nonsense.
Why, if this family can time travel, did he lose the last election? Could they not just keep going back and doing it until he won? Especially all the weird shit they were coming out with, like it was voter fraud and he wouldn't accept the. Oh, you know, he just tell his son, "Oh, Baron, will you just go back in time and just keep
Maybe.
doing this till I get my second?"
I'll back two things about this thing.
No, it's not necessarily that they can time travel now. It's just that his granddad can time travel. They technically said they don't understand how they worked a time machine.
But surely, if what?
I thought you raised your arm. Raised your arm. I was gonna get hit.
But surely, if this was true with the time traveling, before he died, he would have told his son or something like, "Oh, look, there's something pretty cool here.
Nicola
Use
Tesla.
this, and then pass on to your kid, and we'll just keep doing cool shit." Did he just not tell anyone?
You know about Nicola Tesla?
Was that the guy who could
The
time
guy who
travel?
made it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether Nicola Tesla had kids, but I get what you mean.
I thought you were going to say at one point, and the Tesla bit, and who was this? Elon.
That would have been mental, though.
Elon Musk named Tesla after Nicola Tesla.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, did it? Oh, yeah.
That's
I mean, that
pretty
makes
sick.
sense.
Nicola, the two things that I think, yeah, fair enough in that. One, just the pure fucking audacity to name your child Frederick Christ.
Yeah,
That's
the
just-
Christ bit is.
I just love the audacity on that. The second one, the fact that he was mates with Nikola, or that he looked at Nikola Tesla's inventions after he died. I'm pretty sure Nikola Tesla would have had some mad shit in there, because Nikola Tesla, by all accounts, was fucking incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
a
was.
clearly.
An
A genius.
amazingly
Inventor.
intelligent man
Yeah.
who also would have. He had some mad inventions. Full stop. I think he invented something that. I don't know whether he invented the light bulb or something.
Is that
He invented something that somebody else stole the credit for.
Yeah, because with the light bulb,
Thomas Edison. I think.
Thomas Edison.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But he invented quite a lot of things, and I don't think he got all the credit. He's like one of those people like Van Gogh, where he didn't get
Yeah.
attention in his day, but now everyone's like, oh fucking hell, he was good.
He was the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never about him, but like he sounds incredible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into it and I'm doing the edit for it, but
Yeah. That was just like a weird one. I got sent it dead late and I was reading it. I was like, I can see why, like, it's the names.
yeah.
But to be fair, even the names.
Spelled wrong.
You spelled it wrong. You
doesn't
spelled it
matter if it's
wrong.
spelt wrong, right?
It does.
By one letter. Anyway.
Why spell it
right.
wrong?
Anyway, shut up, man. Just because you're a non-believer in this.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
the fact like names being passed down in generations is a common thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like your middle name's your dad's name.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's like-
mine.
Well, no one cares about you. Though.
What do you mean?
You don't believe?
What do you mean?
No,
the
you know, just because you know how it's a coincidence how they've got the same names.
Who?
But it's
It's
you
that-
know like Baron Trump and
Yeah,
then
but
like
Baron Trump, the book, isn't written about one of Donald Trump's relatives, is it?
well Baron Trump.
Do you know what I mean? Baron Trump wasn't written about.
I can't remember who they. Baron Trump was the author of this book.
No, Baron Trump is the character in the book.
It's like on the character.
Oh,
of
is
the
That's
book.
what you said. It was the title of the book.
The book's called Baron Trump.
Oh, I thought it was the author was called Baron Trump.
Because I thought that, but you said title, and I do think it did say title. Because I think you read it and it said title.
Oh, look at the title.
Yeah.
Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
Who's it written by?
That underneath.
Or is it written by Baron Trump?
You can't tell on that.
Can't
I don't
really
think
tell.
it's quite small.
Unless that's what the last thing was.
Hang on, what? There's a second cover photo of one of the books. The last president had a cover photo as well. That might have the author on it.
Oh, that's true. Hang on. Where was it?
I hate how now invested I am in this.
I told you, man. It's
fucking weird.
it's weird. Do you know what? It's also a bit weird how the book links with where his tower is now.
Yeah, but I think Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue. I don't know how big the
I-
avenues in New York
Yeah,
are.
well, there's a lot now, but I can't remember.
It's by that guy. Ingersoll Lockwood.
Ingersoll Lockwood of the New York.
Bar.
Imagine if we zoomed in and it was like Elon Musk.
He knew it all. He knew it all.
And we just all simultaneously get a red dot on our head. We're just like, fucking hell. Snipers have trained on us.
FBI, open up.
On that one, we are going to have to end.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I am terrified.
Oh, it's magic.
That's the first voice break. God.
Look at the fucking state of the
I'm
audio.
22 and I'm still going through puberty.
I don't know about you.
Hey guys.
Oh, but no, thank you. We are going to do another episode on this because
Yeah,
there's so
there's
much to talk
loads.
about.
There's
This is going to be a longer video
And
in
I'll try
itself.
and be more of a believer in that episode.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you believed in a single one.
No, there was...
The Stevie Wonder's
one,
probably the
I
one
backed,
that's like...
definitely.
That's the one you believe in.
Yeah, because he's not blind.
I think the least ridiculous ones are the more believable ones.
Yeah.
You don't think that Stevie Wonder is lying, being blind is not
Stevie Wonder
is
sits just below pigeons, drones.
That close.
That's up there. That is true.
Oh,
I've never seen a baby pigeon.
I'm going to find that TikTok.
I
I'm going to find that TikTok and send it
Chinese
all.
media manipulating
I
it.
haven't seen the baby version.
Chinese media manipulate.
But no, like the
COVID
video.
doesn't exist.
No.
Okay, I've said it. I've said it. I'm out.
Dan won't be on next week. Oh, but no, like the video. If you got any conspiracy theories, comment them down below.
Yeah, we
Comment
might
if
go
you
through them as
believe.
well.
We will.
Comment if you believe in any of them. No.
If you're
That
if
we
you're
said.
a Baron Trump
Do you know what?
enthusiast,
With the Walt Disney one.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that one
I
as
believe
well,
that
I'm
he's
pretty sure.
cryogenically frozen, but I don't believe he's successfully cryogenically frozen.
or
And you don't believe that he's under the Pirates of the
Yeah,
Caribbean.
that
is
fucking
he
bit.
fucked? He's more likely. Mickey Mouse is more likely to be his brain inside a plush costume than he is to be underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean. No wonder they're not worried about them drowning, because it's a fucking brain in a real life mouse.
There's no one in the suit.
Oh, God.
But no, we'll be back
Weird.
next week. I don't know what we're doing next week. We're not coming up with it yet, have we? But we are going to do another
No.
part.
It could be a part two.
Could be a
next
part
week.
two.
We'll do a
depending.
part two
Yeah.
because at least I'll have time to research this time
Yeah.
rather than a day.
But yeah, please like, subscribe, and send money to Dan so he can go to Krakow.
Exactly. The most important thing.
I'm not a charity.
We're going to hand it on now.